Counseling Creators Conference at the University of Miami in the Nucleus Podcast Hub. I'm Claire, and I have a very special guest with me, the one and only, the Miami Law legend, our girl,
You're so nice.
Miss Bruna.
Hi, guys. Wait, where do I look? There's so many cameras.
Okay, I know, it's professional, right?
Hi.
This is the audience, and this is just both of us.
Okay, awesome.
So,
Awesome.
yeah. Anyway, so you talked on our last panel. That's so exciting.
I know. That was fun.
Was it like a full circle moment
It
for
was.
you?
I was just talking to you about that, right?
Yeah.
It really was.
Just being able to like sit there and coming in as like a little baby 1L, and now you're speaking on this panel and like
at my own school, and like the whole thing that I couldn't stop thinking about is that like I remember being so lost in the beginning and feeling so judged. So now I felt like, I don't know, I'm just taken seriously. Does that make sense? I think that was one of my biggest like things that I was super scared about, was like not being taken seriously.
Yeah.
And it was just such a full circle moment. It was really nice. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just being able to talk about my experience, you know?
Yeah. And I said it before, but I'm repeating it again for this. You've done such a cool thing, and I think you've like positioned yourself to the point where you are like the lifestyle law girl.
Thank you.
She's the it girl. She does the
cry.
lifestyle. She does the law. Like, you're perfect to speak at this. It's not just that you're a student here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've done the law school experience. You've documented it, but you've also been able to transition. And I remember like our 1L year, and the content was more law focused and talking a lot about it.
Because my life was all about law school.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Like when people are like, what's your niche? Or I'm like, I'm lifestyle. I talk about everything. If that's my relationship, if that's my relationship with my boyfriend, my mom, or God, I'll talk about it.
Right.
Because that's me.
Yeah.
So the truth is that law school just happened to be my whole entire life during 1L, my first year of law school. So that's why it was very focused on that. It's because I wasn't doing other things. I didn't even have time to think about other things outside of law school.
Yeah.
So.
But I remember like there was a point in time too where people were like, where you were talking and you were like, I don't know what I'm gonna what I'm gonna do after school, like the law, doing the content, and it's just so cool to see how everything's worked out.
Yeah.
And
it's funny because like my guidance counselor.
Yeah.
I was trying to get an internship after 1L.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but I'm scared of my social media presence, you know? Like, am I going to get hired? And she was like, probably not. If you should delete it. I'm like, but I can't. I can't delete it. So.
I mean, look what it's turned into.
I know. So I'm so glad I didn't.
Yourself.
Yeah, you really have to trust yourself.
I think it's becoming a little bit more normal. Like, especially now, too. It's such like going into a law firm. Yeah, of course, you have to be conscientious of like what people are posting if they're representing the firm. But also, it's like a marketing asset.
Absolutely.
If you have someone with content and a name for themselves and a personal brand that comes and does things for you. So I think it's just like changing the traditional mindset to be like embracing kind of all of this going on, because everyone's posting now, whether it's monetized or
100%.
not, everyone's there.
100%. And honestly, at the end of the day, if it doesn't align with you the same way that now I'm talking about like partnerships, but even like a firm, right?
Yeah.
That's when I was like, okay, I'm not going to delete it, because if a firm decides to not hire me because of my social media presence, then I wouldn't feel comfortable there anyways, you know, because I'm not posting anything bad. I'm just being me.
That was like me with tattoos.
So then you don't like me, right?
Yeah.
So then why would I work here?
Yeah.
You know?
It's just going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. I think that people are starting to understand that, like, that's honestly a plus. It says a lot about you. It says that you know how to, like, business, make yourself become a business and everything else. But, yeah. I'm glad that now I'm here and I'm not confused 1L anymore.
Yeah.
Confused
so,
girl.
What would you, if someone, like, your advice for law students going, or pre-law, let's do pre-law, people that are looking at coming to law school, I know you've probably gotten it 1,000 times, where people are like, oh my gosh, like, they've come up to you or something and been like, I went to, like, your videos helped me, blah, 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 with law school. What advice do you have now that you're at the end of your law career and you're doing this content creation? What advice do you have for people going into law school or considering it, or people that don't know if they want to do it?
Okay. So if you don't know that you actually want to be a lawyer, honestly, my advice is to take a break and honestly take a gap year or something and really try to figure it out. Because usually what happens is that you go directly into law school from college after you graduate, and it's just because you're scared. You're scared of growing up.
Yeah.
You're scared.
It's like you get an extra 3 years to not have to be an adult.
But then you realize you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do it. So if you take that gap year, you're going to end up figuring out how to become an adult, and then you're not gonna feel the need to go to law school, right?
Yeah.
Or even if you actually want to go to law school, no matter what, you're gonna still have that within you to want to go. So you're gonna return.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. If you don't know for sure, law school is so hard, and even people that want to do it end up second guessing themselves. So if you don't know, like, I hate to say that to people because I don't want to like say you don't want to
like gatekeep,
because
like,
people ask me all the time.
yeah.
They're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I should go to law school. I'm always like, if you don't know, girl.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Because it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and if you have the money for it, go for it. But are you really about to put yourself in debt for something you don't know about?
I almost went into a spiral checking my FAFSA the other day. I said, whoa.
Yeah.
This is needs to be a thought through decision.
Yeah, 100%. So if you don't know, don't.
Yeah.
You gotta know. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. I think that's how you should think about it. Yeah. Now, my advice to someone that knows that they want to be a lawyer and like just starting law school in general, network, that's it.
Yeah.
But start from the beginning, though. You know, really start from the beginning. I think that a lot of pressure goes into your grades at first, and then you realize that like that means nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And if you actually are someone that, you know, gets good grades, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be at the top of your class, but if you just don't fail, and you are someone that's like very, you know, you know how to network and you do it well, and you reach back to the people that you met in like last year, you're gonna be fine.
I think that that's so important, and people think now, like with social media, it's so easy to network, as in like messaging someone on LinkedIn or having it all be virtual. And especially with COVID, a lot of people like coming to law school now have had like that time not having social interactions and things. So I think that it's important, like when, like you said, starting your first year with networking, if you start then, it's a skill. You're not like, your first conversations are going to be awkward with people.
100%.
Like you have to learn how to talk to people in the space. So if you start that your first year, I hadn't even really thought about developing that as a skill, but it really is, because you don't want to be transactional. You want to make genuine relationships, but sometimes it's hard when you haven't interacted with people like in those spaces, and you don't know like, hey, even though this is a corporate attorney or partner at this firm, like it's still a person, you know 100%. What I mean? So that's such good advice. Starting your first year and just knowing going into it.
I have the sauce. I have the secret sauce. I can tell you right now.
Okay,
this is exactly what you do if you wanna have a job. Okay? This is what you're gonna do. This is the best way to network. 1L. As soon as you start 1L, you go on LinkedIn. You're gonna look up either every firm that you love, every firm that you want to work for, or every like business, anything, like every company you want to work in their in-house counsel. You make a list of those people. Then you're gonna go on the page on the LinkedIn. So let's say you want to work for Universal. Then you're gonna look up counsel. Okay, you're gonna see every single person that's in their in-house counsel. Then you're going to add everybody. Okay, and you're gonna sign up for a LinkedIn Plus. Then after that, you're going to message them. You're going to find something that's specific to them. Okay, so you're like, oh my gosh, I saw that you like dogs. Me too. Can we talk on the phone? And then you're going to schedule. You're going to make a schedule where every Wednesday you have 3 calls. And you do that every single week. And then you're going to write their names on your notes or on a spreadsheet or something. You keep a list, their names, and it's something that you guys talked about. Because after 6 months, you're going to have a calendar, like little thing that notification that's going to tell you, reach out back to this person. He's like, hey, how's your daughter? You mentioned that she's graduating. How was that?
I literally had that exact experience with someone.
That's literally what you do. And then guess what? You're always going to be in the back of their minds. Once a position opens up, do you really think that they want to go through all the work of having to interview people, of having to make a post on LinkedIn and open? No, they're going to say, oh, we're looking for an intern. I have the perfect person. I actually like her because I would like her to be around me, and I would like to have someone under me like that. And I know that, and that's exactly how you do it.
Yeah, that's so true. I think I literally did that. My first year, winter break, that's what I did. I made a spreadsheet, went on LinkedIn, did all of that, and it's been so nice. And now I see people, and it's
every
like
single person that has
people
done that.
People become friends.
It's insane. Like they have jobs and they're fine, but the issue is when you just like have one call and they never call them again. I mean, listen, that has happened to all of us.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, okay. supplementing what you said, you have to talk to so many people because you are not going to vibe with every person.
Oh, you're not.
Like, there are some people that are more analytic. Like, I love to talk. I love to, like, chit-chat and have little conversation. But not everyone's like that. Some people want to, like, you just go through their resume with them and then they're off that call and they're not super into it. And that's fine. Some people like that. But the more people you meet, say you meet 100 people, honestly, you might only like 5 of them a lot. But then you have 5 great people that you want to talk to and you want to hang out with and you want to, like, just be friends with.
Yeah.
And so I think that's super valuable. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's nice to have those connections in general too, because for example, now I don't want, anyways, I'm not looking for a job right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know that my friends are, so it's really nice to be that point of contact for a lot of my friends. It's like, oh, I actually know someone at this place that, like, I might be able to
Miss Dot Connector. But it's nice. It gives you, like, a little purpose too.
Call me Greg.
Like, be helpful. Yeah, literally.
The networker.
But yeah. No, that's awesome. Well, thanks for chatting with us.
Of course. Thank you.
Thanks for speaking.
I know, so much
Oh
fun.
my gosh. How are you feeling about leaving?
Law school?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Okay, well, for the work.
Listen, it's sad because it's such a, like, huge part of my life
Yeah.
that's coming to an end, but at the same
It's
time,
like bittersweet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's scary, nonetheless. It's so scary. It's like, what?
Dude, I know.
Like, it's been my whole personality.
I know.
What do you mean? I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna, like, what do I even say?
I
Like,
know.
I just graduated law school, and then at one point it's gonna be like a year.
Like, you know, the real world
I
is
know.
literally calling
I know.
right now.
I'm just proud of us,
Hello?
and that's it.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
we
just
made
proud.
it. We made it.
Exactly. I think that I really try to enjoy the best, and, like, I really tried to.
Just trust the process.
I did everything that I could have done.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's how
Yeah.
I'm not looking back at it and, like, because a lot of people don't go to. Did you go to, like, a barista's ball? Did you go to prom? See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I did
why?
I did my first year.
See, I went every single year.
Girl, because it was $100 and something.
Yeah, honestly, it was so expensive. Yeah, that's so true.
Anyway,
I get it. Never mind. If it's because of money, that's the only excuse
No,
that you
but
can have.
the premise. I'm 100%
But also, if
there
you're
with
spending
you.
money on, like, another $100, like,
Me,
going
it's not an
exactly, then
excuse
it's, like,
for
not
me.
an excuse
It's
because you.
serial spender.
It's a whole experience,
Yeah,
you know,
it
that
is, it
makes
is.
up law school.
Yeah. Take
Like-
advantage of everything.
You have to.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway. All right, well.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.